Hey friends, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I thought for today's video we would do something a little bit different, something I haven't done on my channel in a very long time. We have a Shop My Stash. I feel like this is a great way to actually filter through my entire makeup collection, see what products I haven't used in a long time, products I completely forgot about, and put them all together. I also feel like this is good too because if I haven't touched them in a long time, I want to see how I feel about them now and if they need to make it to the declutter pile. I am very excited for today's video. So without further ado, grab your snack, grab your drink, and let's go and shop my stash for some makeup. I don't have that many different formulas of foundations. I feel like I more so have like two of the same foundation, if that makes sense. Like I have two shades in my one size Turn Up the Base. I love this. One's a summer shade, one is more like a wintry shade. I haven't used the Milk Hydro Grip Skin Tint since the summer started, so I think I'm gonna pull this out to use. I have the shade 12 and 13. If I remember correctly, 12 was my shade. I'm just gonna pull both just in case I need a little bit of a deeper summer shade. So when it comes to primer, y'all, I really don't buy a lot of new primers, so the ones that I do have in here I do use. I cannot think of the last time that I used this. When I did use this, I felt like I had problems with this kind of peeling my products underneath, so I don't know, do I want to take that risk and use this? Maybe. We should see, because if that does happen today, then that might just be time for us to declutter this. Let's also pull the Maybelline Poreless Jelly Primer. Concealer and powders. What have I not used in a long time? I feel like I haven't used the Urban Decay Quickie Concealer in a minute. But I also have been seeing a lot of people talking about the Natasha Denona. I can't remember how I felt about the Natasha Denona concealer, so I want to pull this to use. I don't know if this shade is like off for me. I feel like that might be a reason why I don't pull for it, because it's a little yellow. I think I'm gonna pull this, but I also want to pull the Haus Labs concealers. We're gonna do the Made by Mitchell powders. I think I want to use Never Fully Pressed. I haven't used this Tower 28 powder in a long time, so I think I want to use this how I would use my Huda Beauty powder. My favorite drawer, blush. Oh my gosh, I love blush so much, and I do a really good job at filtering through my blush because I like to do different blush combos. But y'all, I have not touched my Pat McGrath blushes in a long time. The first thing I thought of was the Pat McGrath formula as well as Natasha Denona formula. I was looking at these blushes the other day and I was like, I really want to use these. Yeah, I really want to use these. Should we pick lip liner out? I feel like we should. We should grab a lip liner. I just don't know. Let's see. What have I not used in a minute? These Made by Mitchell lip liners are staring at me. We have the shade Shine Down and the shade Cat Mom. I'm gonna pull both of these out. I think we're gonna use those. I'm not too sure if I can pull a lip product because I haven't picked out an eyeshadow palette. So, but I do think I want to use, ooh, I don't know what formula I want to use since I don't have an eyeshadow picked out. I love these glosses from Rare Beauty, but I haven't reached for them in a minute. Let's do a Mitchell combo. I also saw that he just dropped new lip kits. We're just gonna use something from Mitchell. Setting sprays. Decisions. What are we gonna use? Let's see. This is so old. Y'all remember this spray from Patrick Todd? This is the Major Glow Milk Mist. I don't even think he sells this anymore. Let's pull out the Rim Beauty Mist thing as like something I would use as like my MAC Fix Plus step. I don't know about this one, but I actually don't think I've tried this setting spray yet. So I saw it and I'm like, let's grab this and we'll use this. It's an ultra matte setting spray, but I feel like we have a nice variety of drugstore and a little bit of high-end makeup. What's the vibe for eyeshadow palettes? I have these 3 drawers, 4 palettes, but I don't know what I want to use. I don't know what kind of look I want to do. I feel like the blush, I kind of want to go a little pinky today. Can ABH bring this back? I used to love these palettes. Wow, I think I want to pull this out. I haven't reached for this in a minute, so we're going to do this one. For bronzer, we're going to pull out the Jordana Tisha bronzer. We're going to use this as powder bronzer, maybe even the cream as well. And then for highlighter, I want to use one of these Mitchell highlights. So I'm just gonna pull these two out. We pulled out some good products. I am excited to put these on the face and see how I feel about them now. I want to start off with the eyes. I have no idea what I want to do, but I want to do something really good. So I'm going to go off camera and try to create a look, and I'm going to come back and show you the look that I created. Palettes of choice today were the ABH Norvina palettes. This is volume 4 and 5, and I will be right back. Okay, here is the look, y'all. I really like this. The glitter liner did move a little bit because I do have hooded eyes, so hopefully later I can kind of like fix that. If not, I'm not too pressed about it. We're gonna start off with volume 5, and I'm gonna go into this beautiful, beautiful shade right here, E2 in the crease. I was putting this color all on the eyes, and I was like, wow, I just want this color all over the lid because I think that is such a pretty color. Also forgot that with these Norvina palettes, there is definitely a learning curve. You have to pack the shadow and then blend, but I literally keep finding myself not doing that because I'm just so used to placing the eyeshadow and blending at the same time, because this is a palette made up of pressed pigments. Throughout my look today, I'm also going to be using the new Real Techniques and Kellyanne brush collaboration. This is one of the brushes from the eye brush set. I'm going to take the smaller side of this brush, and I'm going to go into the shade E5. This I like to start in the outer corner and then start to work my way over with whatever product is left on the brush into the rest of my crease. That way I'm not going in with too much shadow, and I can get a more precise diffusion of the shadow where I want it. Also with this color, I'm going to start to take it, whatever is left on the brush, and kind of wing it out just to kind of form a shadow wing. It's going to be a little messy. We're going to diffuse it out like this to where it's just like a nice diffused, blown out wing. Now we're going to take E2 again, and we're just going to use this shade to reblend the crease, okay? It needs to be a nice seamless blend. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Nothing has to be perfect, but we just want to get a nice seamless blend just so it looks a little bit more diffused. And I'm also going to take it all on the wing. That kind of helps give it that kind of blown out effect, like on this side where you can kind of see the wing, but it's like is there, but it's like not really there. I am going in with my Made by Mitchell color case. I absolutely love this. This is like a colorful lover's dream. I'm gonna use this purple shade right here. I haven't used this blue. I need to use this blue. It's so pretty. We're gonna cut the crease. We're going back into E5, and then I'm just taking it over this line in the outer corner so that it is not harsh, just so it's a little bit more depth in the outer corner, just to re-intensify. Next, we're gonna go into volume 4. We're taking this shade called C2 on a nice packer brush. I'm just going to start to pack this shade all on the lid. Pack and then blend. That's where that technique comes in, using this palette. Pack and then you can blend. I'm going to leave that slightly blank, so I'm going to go in with a lighter shade just to create a nice diffused effect. Going back into 5, and I'm taking this shade called B2. This is going to be our inner corner shade. And again, I'm packing it on to get the intensity that I want, and then I'm going to start to blend it into that pink. And then I'm going to go back into that pink because, as you can see, these shadows are so pigmented. Like, that light color just took over the entire look, basically. So you can't really make out the pink anymore. So then I'm going to go back into the pink and kind of re-intensify and blend it together better. Taking the brush for the outer corner. No extra product, and I'm also just re-intensifying my blend here. For the glitter on the eyes, I just went in with this Half Magic glitter pill. This is in the shade Panic in Pink. So we're gonna put this basically on that cut crease here. Let's move on to the base. I didn't show this in the shop my stash portion of this video, but then I was like, I forgot to add makeup prep products, so I just pulled out these two products that I haven't reached in a minute. I didn't forget about them, I just have been using other products in my collection, which tends to happen. This is the Naturium Multi Bright Milky Toner. I definitely need to pull this one out because I've just been using my Rhode glazing milk. I've been using the glowy one lately, but this one is just as good, and I feel like this formula sinks into the skin. Then we have the e.l.f. Barrier Goals Restore Cream. Also, you really don't need a lot of this. I love this, especially if you have really dry skin. You're gonna love this. Any skin type can use it. I just love how this feels. This honestly kind of reminds me of the Danessa Myricks 10 out of 10 Barrier Boost. We have two primers. We have the Maybelline Poreless, and we have the One Size Secure the Glow. I am very nervous to use this One Size Secure the Glow because, ugh, I remember this peeling. This is a tacky hydrating primer. I might just use that much. Oh gosh, that's like a thick little layer. Okay. Ugh. I don't remember this being tacky, so that's interesting. Feels really good on the skin. I don't really feel a grip just yet. So I'm thinking that grip is gonna happen once this starts to dry down and set. And then we're gonna do some of the Maybelline Poreless right here. Is this how this is supposed to look? Okay, let me put it here. Yeah, that was not how that was supposed to look. It's like coming out so weird. You guys, this is how it's supposed to look. I don't know what, oh my gosh, I'm getting it everywhere. I don't know what that was. Ooh, it kind of feels like the Huda one. Wow, that was a lot. I did not need all that. Definitely giving me a blur. We are nice and primed. For color corrector, I pulled out the Huda Beauty one. I know exactly why I have not used this. The packaging is so messy, and I just hate dealing with how messy this packaging is. It is just the worst. I know she changed it, so eventually I would get the new one. I'm gonna use the Skin Prep brush from the Kellyanne collection. I know that this color corrector is really good and it does what it needs to do. The packaging just really gets me. I also feel like this is a color corrector that has coverage as well. Going into the Milk Hydro Grip Gel Tint. I think I'm going to use the shade 12 today. And then if this is not my shade, we're going to go into 13. We're going to mix in a little bit of 13. I remember when I did use this, I loved it. I feel like it gives me a beautiful amount of coverage. Foundation brush. We're going to go in with this. Now, this is definitely one of those skin products you have to set. Like, especially if you have oily skin. Y'all, you gotta set this because my hair is already sticking to it. Actually, the shade still looks pretty good. I don't have to go in with 13. I remember when this first came out, how it kept selling out. Do you guys remember that? Everyone was so obsessed with this skin tint. I thought it was really good too. It just definitely is one of those products you have to set. You cannot get away with not setting this because, one, your hair will stick to your face, as you can see. And if you have oily skin, yeah, no. All right, taking my sponge just to kind of tap in everything. I definitely feel like the brush gave me maximum amount of coverage. So now I'm just using my sponge to kind of soak up everything and make sure everything is nice and blended. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Liquid Contour in the shade Tranquil. This is definitely a very easy, beginner-friendly formula. And I do really like this. Like, look at that. That gives me the perfect contour. I'm just going to take what's left on this brush. Actually, I'm like, I might go in with a dot up here. A couple of dots. I usually am not like a contour girly. So I know that's why I haven't reached for it, not because the formula isn't good or anything. It's just because I would rather bronze over contour. I'd have to contour on like a day that I feel like it, honestly. And I don't always feel like contouring. I just would rather get my bronze in and I'm good to go. We have the Jordana Tisha Bronzer Duo. This is the cream. I might actually use a little bit of this cream bronzer. Oh, wow. I think I grabbed the wrong shade because this shade is giving more contour as well. We're just going to use it. We're just going to take the sponge and kind of blend this all in. The shade I meant to go into is the shade Coastal Oasis. So I'm going to use a little bit of this for my bronzer. I'm just basically putting this everywhere on the forehead. For cream blush, we have these Natasha Denona High Blush blushes. I'm going to use this shade Flustered. I think this will go with my look a lot more. I'm going to take the smaller side of this cream. Ooh, okay, yeah, that is so pretty. Wow. That is a gorgeous blush shade. So I'm just going to use this side to kind of pack the blush on, and then I'm going to use a different brush to blend it out. And I know the perfect Pat McGrath blush to set this down. We have Natasha Denona and House Labs. Which one are we gonna do? We're gonna use both. I want to start with the House Labs. I'm gonna take the shade 40 because this is deeper of a shade. I have not used this in so long, like so long. I used to love this concealer, but I just feel like other concealers that have come out have just honestly taken over. I am gonna spray some of this Misting Hydrating Setting Spray from Rem Beauty so we can add some life back into the... That smells really good. I don't remember it smelling so good. I definitely remember the House Labs concealer just melting into the skin, almost as if I didn't have any concealer on, as it literally melts into the skin. Look at that. It doesn't even look like I put concealer on. It's definitely more of a hydrating concealer, but it literally just melts into the skin like you didn't even put anything on. Let's try this Natasha Denona concealer. This is in the shade FY12. The shade range of this concealer, I could not find my perfect concealer shade, so it's like very warm. We are going to set everything down with the Made by Mitchell Baked Powder. This is in the shade Never Fully Pressed. Packaging is so messy. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna use this powder puff from the Kellyanne collection. This is the first ever adjustable powder puff. It adjusts to your fingers, so like if you move it, it's not gonna fly off and go everywhere, and that is why I love it. This is like the perfect powder puff. It's not too thin, it's not too thick, picks up the perfect amount of powder as well. I'm just gonna load up the powder puff with this powder. We're gonna lightly press under the eye to set because we have a lot of creams on and I don't want to disrupt anything underneath. That Mitchell powder, y'all, it is so good. And lightly set the rest of my face because like I said, you gotta set that milk product. We're actually gonna go into the powder of Coastal Oasis. Oh my gosh, what is up with me forgetting how pigmented these powders are? Like, what is up with that, Tati? Like, what? I keep forgetting how pigmented these powders are, y'all. I really do. Blushes. The shade I was thinking of was Electric Bloom. For this look, I feel like this is the perfect blush shade. I don't know, is it almost time for me to let these blushes go? I would hate to do that because, hello, it's Pat McGrath. But do they even sell these blushes anymore? That I do not know. I do really like these blushes though. Like, look at that shade. Like, wasn't that the perfect shade? I have been loving going in with my blush under my eyes. I just think it's so pretty. Taking the Tower 28 Get Set Banana Powder on the same puff. Just going to run my puff in here. And I'm just going to take this in my inner corner. And we're just going to add this brightness. Wow, I forgot how good this is. Get Set Blur. Yeah, like this is so pretty. Wow. That is a really pretty brightening powder, and I definitely feel like it gave me brightness. From the purple palette, I'm just going to take E2 and E5, put that on my waterline. I think I'm going to take a little bit of champagne spray. Ooh, I don't know. That might be a little too icy. I might not even go in with highlighter today. I don't know. We'll just see. Let me take a little... I don't know. I feel like this might be a little too icy. I'm just going to take a little on my nose, and that is... definitely a little icy. So we have these Made by Mitchell lip liners. I think I want to go into Shine Down. I don't know, Shine Down or Cat Mom. Let's do Cat Mom first and then we'll do Shine Down if this doesn't work. Nope, that is very warm. Let's do Shine Down. I need to put this in my vanity because that is very good. So for lipstick, I have the Mattitude lip liners. This is the shade Me and You. Ooh, I like that. That's a pretty nude. And then we have Paloma, which is actually kind of pink. Let's go with Paloma. Oh, that's very creamy. I don't know why I thought this was the matte formula. Oh, it is. Interesting. I'm not mad at this combo, but I need to see it come together with a gloss. So maybe the pink one. Hopefully the pink will kind of like tone it down a little bit. So this is the Bare Gloss in the shade Strove. I feel like it might be a little too brown. I might pull in a little sparkle of some sort. I don't know yet. I think I need to finish the eyes and see what the look is giving, and then we can revisit this lip. So I actually went and pulled out the Rare Beauty gloss, and I just took off the center. I kept the lip liner, but this is the gloss in the shade Glimmer. I love this. I think this is honestly the perfect gloss for this look because it adds that nice pinkiness to it without it being too much. This is so pretty. Ugh, I love these Rare Beauty glosses. That looks good. Last product we're using for this look is the Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Ultra Matte Fixing Mist. Wow, that is a super long name. That is a long name. But let's see what, oh gosh, oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I thought it was gonna be like the one size spray, but it's like, okay. Here's the finished makeup look using most, if not all, products I completely forgot about. This turned out really nice. I definitely rediscovered some products that I knew were good. I just hadn't reached for in a long time. And I really love how this look came out. I think it's so pretty. I actually missed playing with these palettes. I remember when these first came out, I was like first in line to buy them. I need Norvina to revisit these and bring back this line. Don't change anything about it. I need this line back. I feel like these palettes would succeed in 2026, truly. Definitely the palettes were the standout for me today. I already know a couple of products I'm going to be adding to my top drawer in my vanity. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll definitely catch you in my next video. Bye, guys!